Well, forget form, forget stats. This is a derby game, and conventional wisdom goes out of the window. Milan's two football behemoths limber up to do battle once more, and the prospect is tantalising. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. The Milan derby, one of the most eagerly anticipated games in the world. Yet another edition of this never-ending rivalry, Jim.
Well, Peter, a derby with over a century of history and two huge institutions. It's a game, no matter what the dynamic or the significance, has always been a really highly charged affair that's utterly unmissable, and I expect this one to be no different.
Well, this formation was traditionally considered a bit defensive, but now very much back in vogue due to some pretty well-known proponents, Jim.
Yeah, the 3-5-2 has been used by some of the biggest and most successful teams around, Peter. You know, one of its key strengths is the fact that it's well-suited to playing out from the back. And I think you'd have to have a look at the wing-backs in that manner, because they can get forward with ease. And you can create overloads because you're not going to get teams pressing defenders in 3s and 4s. So if you've got centre-backs too that are capable on the ball, this system is a great fit.
There's the whistle, and here we go. And the history of this fixture tells us always to expect the unexpected. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, the midfielder Youssouf Fofana is someone who's been very impressive, Peter. I'd say he adds something new to that number 6 role, in that he's not someone who limits himself to just anchoring the midfield. He's happy to dribble the ball from back to front, trying to take players out of the game.
Zielinski! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Akanji. Luis Enrique picks it up out wide. Cross flung in, big header! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Modric. Zielinski. Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique on a strong run down the right. And they've got a throw. Mkhitaryan with the delivery. Great chance! Top class from Thuram! He's got himself an absolute peach. And Inter go in front. That is simply top draw, beautifully served up and deliciously finished.
Thuram really has pulled off a difficult skill which needed expert timing. That was expert timing.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
And it's DiMarco. Quarter of an hour played. And he's on his way! Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Rafael Leao was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Good run down the right. Barella. Luis Enrique. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Ball's gone out of play. And it's Mkhitaryan. Inter Milan are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. And he's searching through. Shapes to shoot! We've got a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
Per il Milan. Ha segnato al 26esimo minuto.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Now it's Martinez. Can he finish? And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. "15 minutes till half-time. Mkhitaryan. Now it's Zielinski. Can he finish? A collective sigh of relief from the defence. Bartesaghi. Here's Rafael Leao. Luis Enrique. And it's Barella. And here's Thuram. Luis Enrique. Played into the middle. Zielinski! It's off target and by quite a way.
Good piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
Bartesaghi. Rabiot. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's through, now is he in? Takes a shot! A real chance and a real let-off. Oh, that is asking for trouble. That'll be a throw-in. Barella. Stefan de Vrij. It'll be a throw-in.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Bartesaghi. Modric. Milan finding their passes. Pulisic powering forward here. And he's decent chance! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. It's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. Milan get the second half going.
Inter are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Barella, he's going for goal! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Barella clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And there's green grass ahead of him. He's on it, can he get away? He's got away. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And he could not have picked a worse time to give one away. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
The comeback is complete! As close to a certainty as can be.
It reached its target, but it was almost stopped from maybe good goalkeeping homework.
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al 50° minuto numero 11.
Milan take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Chooses to go back. And it's Barella. Goes for a shot! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
De Winter. And it's Silamakers. Now Modric. Salmakers. Fofana. So can they find a way to turn round this deficit? Rafael Leao. Looking here to chip it through. And the shot! It's Rabiot! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Zielinski.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 81.007 spettatori.
Inter really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Oh, sweet feet. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, that's fabulous. Now it's Martinez. Knocks it into space. Turan. He's in a great position here. Now it's Barella. Now this could... Tries a shot! It's in! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Pulisic. Sommer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, they're certainly getting much tighter to him now. At least the message was received.
Rafael Leao! Oh, keep trying, and eventually it might come off.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Pulisic! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Rafael Leao. And that's a... And the shot! Goal! Milan! And they're back in front.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Numero 11.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I think what we've just seen is further evidence of their resilience and fantastic belief. I mean, they can always come through. Remarkable.
Shoots! In he goes again. Martinez gets flagged offside.
Inter simply cannot be faulted for their effort here, Peter. They're giving all they have. You can't ask for more.
Loftus-Cheek. Bartasaghi. He has found the way through.
There they go, hunting again.
Rafael Leao with an air of confidence about him, a certain swagger.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And he was quick to react. Inter Milan are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
And here's Thuram. Big chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, they've got to get everyone forward, and maybe even the keeper.
DiMarco goes short. And it's made its way to him. Martinez! Another big chance that gets away. Now it's Thuram.
Ci saranno 5 minuti di recupero.
Shot, surely! Good ball, good take. Chance for a shot! Chance again? No.
It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
And it's been taken short. And this is Mkhitaryan. And the finish! They want to be quick to recover this. And he's quick to get it clear again. And it's DiMarco. Backward it goes. He's had a shot! And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell you it really does hurt. It's about the fans, and when you let them down, it hurts that bit more. I mean, you can do all the right preparations and still end up on the